500-year domination of the world is ending. Putin's FM warns the West. Before we delve in, please subscribe to the channel. Let's move on with the video. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov warned the West that its 500-year domination of the world is coming to an end, UK-based Express reported. Lavrov said that the conflict has made Russia stronger, even though the West has tried to weaken Russia and Ukraine. He compared it to how Russia became stronger after defeating Adolf Hitler and Napoleon in the past. Lavrov said the hybrid war in Ukraine is based on cancel culture, adding it is up to the Ukrainians to recognize how deep they are in the hole where the Americans put them. On the prospect of diplomacy bringing about a ceasefire or peace, Lavrov said, "You'll have to call Zelensky because a year and a half ago he signed a decree prohibiting any negotiations with Putin." These comments come after Lavrov delivered a message to Western leaders earlier this month, declaring at an international security conference that Moscow was not prepared to review its goals in Ukraine. Lavrov, speaking at an Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe conference, said, "We aren't seeing any signals from Kiev or its masters about their readiness to seek any kind of political settlement." During the meeting, some participants accused Moscow of undermining the OSCE, Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, with its involvement in the war in Ukraine. This era of Western domination, however, might be witnessing its twilight. What if the sun is setting on the West's dominance? This question has gained prominence as we observe a tectonic shift in global power dynamics. Non-Western powers are rising on the world stage, challenging the 5-century-long dominion of the West. Countries like China and India are growing in economic and political influence. But today, let's focus on Russia. Russian President Vladimir Putin has issued a stark warning to the West. Its glory is dimming, and a new world order is on the horizon. This isn't empty rhetoric. Putin's words are echoed in Russia's actions on the global stage. One of the most glaring examples of this changing dynamic is the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Russia's aggressive stance in this conflict and the West's response are both indicative of these shifting power dynamics. The West's reaction to Russia's actions has varied, ranging from sanctions to strategic support for Ukraine, but it's clear that the old rules no longer apply. As we witness these seismic shifts, the question arises, what does the future hold? Consider this. What will the world look like when Western dominance fades? As we gaze into the crystal ball of future global politics, we find ourselves confronted with a panorama of possibilities. Imagine a world where power is no longer concentrated in the capitals of the West, but is instead dispersed across the globe. This shift could potentially transform global governance, economic systems, and cultural exchanges. In this new world order, we may see an increased multipolarity. Countries like Russia, China, India, and Brazil could rise as significant global players, each bringing their unique perspectives and priorities to the table. But this multipolarity isn't without its challenges. It could lead to increased competition as nations vie for influence and resources. However, it also presents opportunities for more diverse and inclusive decision-making, opening the door for a more equitable global governance. The economic implications could be profound. We could see a shift from Western-centric economic systems, leading to a more diverse marketplace with new players and new rules. As for cultural exchange, we might witness the rise of new cultural powers, enriching our global tapestry with their unique traditions, perspectives, and ideas. As we grapple with these questions, one thing is clear. We are witnessing a significant moment in global history. The world as we know it is changing. We've journeyed through half a millennium of Western domination, witnessed the tectonic shifts in global power structures, and gazed into the potential futures of global politics. We've seen how Russia, under Putin's leadership, has challenged the status quo, warning the West of its dimming glory. We've observed the tumultuous events of the Russia-Ukraine conflict and the ripple effects it has set off across the globe. In these interesting times, the only certainty is change. Stay tuned, stay informed, and keep pondering.